Hi, are you struggling with inflammation, pain, fatigue, maybe joint pain, things of that sort? Oh, and if you're looking for a natural solution, I may have it. What if I told you that fasting is a natural solution? Hi, I'm Bryn. Welcome to my channel, which I will be talking about fasting. This channel is all about fasting, but I want to share my story on my personal injury, my knee injury, and how I really experienced the superpower of fasting. Um, and if you could give me a thumbs up and like, I would appreciate it. This is a brand new channel, and I decided to focus on fasting. I'm a woman in my 60s, and when I experienced a knee injury, I went out and did some research. And I couldn't find anything for women over 60. Well, there's stuff out there, but specifically, I couldn't find what I was looking for relating to fasting for women over 60. Well, there's 40s and 50s. I'm not discounting those age groups or even younger. I wasn't finding what I was looking for. Okay. So I want to talk to you about three lessons that I learned. One, um, Number one, it's important to take care of my health as I age. I'm in my 60s, as I mentioned. And how I saw my mom struggle with type 2 diabetes, which is preventable with diet and exercise, of course. I watched my mom struggle with that, and how if she had implemented, some changes, it would not have been so impactful to her health and her lifestyle. The other lesson I learned is that I have to take responsibility of me in my 60s. This is a great time of my life, and I want to be vibrant. I want to be agile. I want to continue to go to the gym, be independent, be able to get up and down from chairs. And I live in a house with stairs. So I got to keep myself in shape for that to make sure I can go up and down. The third thing was my knee injury. And this is how my channel started. I've been looking at YouTube for a while, just kind of playing around looking at it. But after the knee injury, I became more serious. I'm like, you know what? I need to share my story with other women in their 60s like me, who's striving to be healthy and feel good, vibrant, glow, and thrive during this amazing time. I'm excited to be here in my 60s, but it's not about 60s. It's about, I want to share with you this solution, the fasting solution, and how it benefited me. So let me tell you my story. Bear with me. Let me go into my story. I had entered my garage and uh, decided, I just was really excited that particular day. And so as I entered my car, my sedan, I jumped in a little too fast. Boom! I'm jumping in. And I bumped my right knee on the steering column underneath the steering wheel, underneath there. I hit it. Now, you know how when you bump your hand mindlessly on a table, or like people say the funny bone, oh, it hurts so bad. Well, when I bumped it, it did hurt. I was like, wow. I got my composure and went about my business. Well, I came back, and then later that evening got ready for bed, went to bed, and I woke up the next day. The knee was swollen. I mean, it was big. And it was puffy. It had fluid in it. I was having a hard time going up and down the stairs because we have stairs in our house. And it wasn't extremely painful. It was more uncomfortable. I couldn't flex. I couldn't flex the knee, like that. So, so my husband said, this knee thing. He said, I think you need to get your knee checked. You probably need to go to the doctor and make sure you didn't fracture anything because it was so swollen. So I agreed with him and I said, yeah, I think I should get my knee checked as well. So I did. I made the appointment, went to the doctor, and he examined my knee and he wanted to hear my full story on how I injured my knee. And I told him what happened. And so he spent some time with me. He did an x-ray and he brought me in the room and showed me the x-ray. He said, okay, he said, Brent, I want to show you that you're not fractured. You don't have that. You have what I call, the doctor said it was an acute injury in which my knee became inflamed because I injured myself. So that was why all that fluid was happening because I never had issues before. So anyway, he went over that and he said, you have an acute injury of your knee. And he said, I'm going to prescribe you some meds. And I'm like, meds? He said, yeah. And I was like, but I was thinking maybe you could give me something to put on the knee or something. He goes, oh, no. Now I'm going to give you some meds for it. And I was like, okay. He said, my nurse is getting your prescription set and then you can pick your meds up. So I did. I went ahead and I got it filled, the prescription. I was having issues with it. Now, personally, I prefer natural ways of doing things. And I have worked in the healthcare industry before. So I got to thinking, I'm like, he said this is an acute injury, no fracture. And I said, it seems like I should be able to heal holistically. So, and most people that know me know that I'm a researcher. I dig deep. I love science. I love health and wellness. I've been reading and studying health and science for over 30 years. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to look at a holistic alternative. I don't want to take these meds because then when I started looking at the side effects and the symptoms, I'm like, no, I think I want to look at something more holistically. So I did. And that's when I discovered the life-changing power of fasting. Now, mind you, I've done fasting before. I've done it here and there for, with people. We do a fast spiritually and, things like that. And I've done fasting before. I know about fasting, but I wasn't aware of the power, the superpower when it comes to inflammation. So, an inflammation, I did research on that. Oh my God, inflammation is like an underscore where it can spin off a lot of crazy diseases. And I'm like, wait a minute. All right, inflammation, acute injury. Let me look at something more holistically. So I did. And that's where my unexpected journey started. I and the fasting was amazing. I decided to do a 7-day fast. I found some information about a 7-day fast, and it was talking about how it could reduce inflammation and blah blah blah. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try that. So I did, and I did the fast, and before the 7th day, I was just in the fast just a few days, and I noticed that particular morning I was looking at my knee. There was no sign of the knee being swollen, no fluid or anything. And so my husband looked at it and he said, oh no, your knee really went down. It looks like all the fluid is gone. And I said, yeah. And then, surprisingly, I lost a few pounds. And it's always good when you lose a few pounds, right, ladies? Okay. So, the fasting thing, I'm like, I need to share this with other women in my age group, women in their 60s like myself. So I decided to start this channel. And I appreciate you guys if you give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Let's grow this thing. I mean, we can all, ladies, we can all do this together. We can fast, glow, and thrive. So I decided embracing healthy habits is really critical at this stage of my life and this season in my 60s. Ladies, I don't know what 60 is supposed to feel like. I don't think there's a blueprint or anything special to say, hey, Bren, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, or whatever. I feel pretty good in my 60s, and I want to maintain this life. I want to be agile, vibrant, glowing, just doing things, being able to walk up and down the stairs with ease, you know, up and down in the chair. And I do go to the gym, but that fasting thing, man, I was blown away by the power of what it did for my knee. So I felt very strong that I needed to do a channel for us women in our 60s. And I know some of y'all out there gotta be having some inflammation issues or knee issues or whatever, but I'm telling you, fasting is a solution. Oh, and there's so many types of fasting, and I'll get into more of that as I grow this channel. And I need you guys, please help me grow this channel so we can get the message out that fasting can help with diet and physical activity. It is a phenomenal, amazing superpower. I experienced it for myself. I know this is not a joke. It's not something I read or trying to trip up people. This is my personal journey. I experienced it and I want to share it. I'm on a mission to share it with other women in their 60s. Ladies, let's do this. Let's join together and do this. We don't have to be on medications. I'm not advising anyone to not take your medication. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a clinical professional. I'm here to share information that I've learned about regarding fasting. So I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to give medical advice or anything like that. No, I am not. I'm just sharing my journey and my story on how fasting was so amazing and impactful and really relieved me of the fluid that was in my knee from my acute injury. That's what I'm doing. So, ladies, I don't know if any of you watching have experienced fasting. If you know about it, if you don't know about it, do me a favor and list in the comments down there if you've done fasting or if you have not done fasting. And if you have done fasting, what have been your experience? I mean, how has it been regarding fasting? I'd like to hear that because I'm telling you, fasting is a superpower. Don't be fooled. Don't be confused. Don't put it aside or just say, oh, this lady is just talking. I'm telling you, I had phenomenal results from fasting, and I'm here on this channel. And I think in us women in our 60s, we need to know about it. The way things are going regarding the health and wellness crises that's going on, it's to our advantage to stay educated on how there are just natural things out there, and fasting is a one amazing superpower. I know I keep saying amazing superpower, but it is. I mean, I relieved my issue that I have with my acute injury of my knee. I didn't have to take any medications, and in just a few days I was back to normal. So yeah, this is great. I mean, ladies, please support me. Let's grow this channel. Let's all do this together and just live healthy, vibrant, glowing lives. Just embracing daily habits. Just doing things like fasting, like, healthy smoothies and eating healthier and understanding all the things that's going out there. And that's what I'm bringing to this channel. And I'd appreciate it if y'all would support me, please. I'm new at this. I know, I'm probably doing a lot of ridiculous things, or don't laugh at me. Support me. I'm here to share with other women that there's something out there that we can do so we can feel vibrant, thrive, and glow during this phenomenal time of our lives in our 60s. So, listen, I appreciate you guys. I thank you so much for watching and listening to my story about my acute knee injury that I injured in my car. And again, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and make some comments. Put some comments there. Tell me what you'd like for me to talk about in reference to fasting for us ladies in our 60s. And I'd appreciate it. And again, thank you for watching. And if you found everything helpful, please again give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below uh, on different things. But also, um, I read this particular book. Oh, what a great book! But and I'm going through it again. I read the book from cover to cover, to the front to the back. I've read it, and I'm an avid reader. I like to read and keep myself educated on things. But anyway, I found here in this section some great recipes, and that's something I'm always interested in. I do eat a lot of plant-based meals. Um, I eat more of that, and I do smoothies. I have my own special little shots that I do, healthy shots. Don't go there. I'm talking about healthy shots. Anyway, this is a phenomenal book, and I've learned a lot from that particular book. But again, I thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys will support me and we can grow this channel. We can help one another and see that there's other healthy alternative superpowers, especially fasting. So I bid you peace and blessings. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate the support. And like I said, this is a new channel. I'm new to this. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right. Bye. Have a great day. Peace and blessings. Oh, get going. Thank you. Bye.